What black men are trying to understand is everything that you were going to go out and say was all this nice stuff, but the first thing on the list that men demand, you don't have it. And men are having a hard time understanding why you know it's what they want and you will not
Right.
and you don't have it.
What is up, guys? It's your boy back. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Hope your week has been a good one. And today we are reacting to the GOAT as usual. Remember, just use timestamps to skip me yapping if you don't care to hear my thoughts. But if you do, obviously listen to it. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments, more importantly, because I don't like echo chambers. I like to actually learn things. And you'll find this video is going to be a really good one for understanding and picking up on subcommunications from people. Saying things without saying them is the best way to describe it. So I'll let the video play out. I may have some thoughts in the middle, but I'll save most of them for the end, and either way you can skip it.
I think you guys need to remember who I am. If you're a competitive man, nothing she said should interfere with you. If you're a singularly competitive man and you're a singularly competitive woman, I've said it at the end of the day. I want you to become the best version of yourself and then make yourself available to all the people out there who are competitive. If your preference is to be with black people, then you should get the best black man, best black woman available to you. See, the problem comes in relationships where people feel like they're settling. And we have too much underachievement and too much mediocrity on both sides. So, yeah, we're going to have the broadcast. There will probably be some things we agree on, some things we don't agree on. Everybody will probably get everything they want to on the show. But here's the thing, you get nowhere in world without being able to hear opposing views, listen to somebody who you may feel is on the other side, and find some common ground. We don't have to agree on everything, but if you're talking about helping men become the best version of themselves, women becoming the best version of themselves, and getting overall better outcomes, I don't really see a downside with any of that. So next we go to Danielle. Yeah, I'm making it real clear. Yeah, I'm not going to be a paid assassin or a sniper. However, you know how it goes. If she was nice, I'll be nice. I didn't expect anything from her, anything other than that from her. Danielle, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Samuels. I'm good. How are you tonight?
I am good. What should black women have to do to get a high value man? What do you think they should
Um,
have to
I,
do?
I believe that they should be the best version of themselves. I believe I agree with a lot of with what the previous person was saying. Um, you need to maximize your own potential before you want to, come into like a union, especially if you're trying to have something serious, like something leading to marriage.
So when you
You
say
know what
they
I'm
should
saying?
become the best version of themselves,
Mhm,
men want to hear specifics. What does that mean?
mhm. Well, being specific, and this is something that I am actively applying to myself. So, meaning you are, mentally healthy, that you're spiritually healthy, your relationships around you are healthy. Um, yes, being pretty definitely, you know,
That's number one.
adds a lot to the,
That's
yeah,
number.
of course.
Let me just go ahead. Let me
Okay,
go ahead. Let me
yeah,
go ahead.
okay,
Okay, so
okay,
we're
you're right.
talking about. So here's the standpoint I need you to come from. This is what, and
Yeah.
everybody in the chat room, I need you to understand. This. You're trying to be purchased by a buyer.
Uh-huh.
The way you ride, the way the car sounds, the coolness of the air conditioner doesn't mean crap until he sees you on the lot and walks over to you. We just
Right.
skip that. Why do we skip that so much in the black community?
No, no, I believe you're right. I just didn't mention that because you mention that all the time. So I was like, okay, well, that's automatic.
No, it's not. So it's see the thing. It's not. It's not. And we need more women to acknowledge that it's not automatic. 4 out of 5 black women are overweight.
Yeah.
Now, would you fall in the 20% that is normal weight or the 4 out of 5 that's overweight?
I am currently overweight, and that's what I mean by when I say I'm actively working towards.
Remember, guys, if you want to skip me yapping, just use the timestamps. But I did have to insert something in here because this is insane. This is another black woman who is another statistic. This isn't. I don't even know. I don't even have the words for it anymore. I mean, Jesus Christ. How do we have an entire race of women, an entire race who statistically is overweight commonly, not just because you see, the perspective I have is different because I've lived across the world and I've lived in Asia, I've lived in South America, and I can tell you now that from living in Asia and South America and from dating women who were from Europe and so on, these women look at American women and they say, how in the holy hell did they get this big? And there's a lot of reasons why. And one of the main things is obviously addiction. It's a food addiction. It's some way, it's a food addiction of some capacity that, you know, compels you to eat just because, and usually binge eat. You don't just gain, like, you don't see African tribes in the middle of nowhere having people who are fat because it's just not a thing, because they're going to be hunting for their food. They may even go a day or two without food. You know, it's very regular, especially when you're actively trying to hunt down an animal for the whole village. I mean, you know, it's not irregular to just have a point in time where you're basically in a fasted state for, you know, a couple days. You don't see these people getting fat. And these women, even though they may not speak fluent English or fluent anything that we speak, I mean, these Amazonian tribes, these African tribe women, they're still feminine. They're still maintaining the order of life. Because when you have feminine women who are healthy, they can teach the other women, the next generations, to be feminine and healthy. And it's a compounding effect over time. It's an effect that, you know, you probably won't even see in your lifetime, but that's okay because you've at least paved the way for it. But these black women, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's these single parent households, kicking the men out, having the, you know, let me use YouTube friendly words, guys. You know, I'm trying to be monetized here, but interacting with men who are deadbeats, who won't stick around. I mean, come on, guys. Like, come on. We can't be making this many mistakes. Like, one or two mistakes for our race is cool, guys, but we can't be doing this much. Come on now. Every race makes mistakes. Every single one. But we can't have this many F-ups just lined up back to back. Come on.
And how old are you? Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. So a 26-year-old woman,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta understand how you allowed yourself to get in that 80%.
Of being overweight?
Mm-hmm. Because you have no reason. You have no children.
I've been overweight since I was young.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Did you have mom and dad raising you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta be clear. Was your mom and dad married, and was your father in the house?
Yes, my dad left when I was 11, so they were together up until then.
All right. So, when you were in school, did you go to a public school?
Yes, I did.
Was it an integrated school or was it predominantly black?
New York, so it's integrated.
Right. So when you go to mixed public schools, you can tell that black women of a certain age and white women, they are two different sizes for the age.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know. I know.
Right.
I've seen this. I lived in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
See, what black men are trying to understand is everything that you were going to go out and say was all this nice stuff, but the first thing on the list that men demand, you don't have it. And men are having a hard time understanding why you know it's what they want and you will not,
right.
and you don't have it.
Right. And I agree with you. And that's why I say that's something that I'm actively working on now, because I'm, you know,
okay.
Like I said, I'm in a state of transformation of becoming my best self. So these are things.
Then let me not make this personal to you. Let me make this not personal to you then. All right. I can hear what you're saying, but let me give a sense of urgency. When you are 26, you are 1 year from danger zone. It can't be in a state of. It needs to be your hair is on freaking fire and you need to be drinking water and eating celery and fasting or doing whatever you need to do to get down there for you and for the outcome you want. You don't have time. See, what you're saying, and I need people to hear, when brothers hear women talk like that, it sounds like, well, I'll get there when I get there, but I'm just zenning out. And dudes are like, no, I can't turn off my masculinity. I can't just wait to get there. I got to get out here and put these 12 hours in and compete with the rest of the world to get out here and kill these lions and dinosaurs and dragons and shit. And I need a woman that's going to know that when I come home, I want to, yeah. That's what men need to hear from you, the high value ones, because they don't hear it.
And that's going to be it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, to finish off my thoughts, because I left most of them in the middle this time because I went a bit of a tangent. But to give you some of my remaining thoughts, one of the biggest things about the whole weight loss thing that you constantly hear from not just Kevin Samuels interviews, from any interviews ever with any of these women, is the I'm working on it thing. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And yes, there is some value to that. I'm not going to sit here and say that, it's not overnight. Look, if you got fat, it's going to take a while to get fat, to get unfat at least. If you're doing a normal diet and so on, and something that's just like, you lose a couple pounds a week type of thing, realistically speaking, if it took you a year to get fat, it's going to probably take you about 6 months to a year to, notice a significant drop in that weight. I mean, now granted, yes, sure, it'll be a few months really if you go to the gym consistently and so on. But to see a really significant drop if you put on a lot of weight, it's going to take about the same amount of time. And that's where a lot of people, especially black women, just typically struggle, because I know so many of them in my own family who for Jesus Christ, since I've been alive. And by the way, guys, I'm 25 years old, so that's a decent amount of time. But it's in that I know so many women who have constantly said, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. I have an aunt who swore up and down for 25 years. I remember since I was a child, she had sworn up and down that she was going to lose the weight. And now she's ballooned all the way up to probably, I would reckon she's probably about 300 to 330 pounds, which is actually fucking insane. Sorry, I had to say that lower for, YouTube. But it's actually insane, guys. Like, she's tried everything, Atkins, so on and so forth, but she never stayed to it consistently. I've been the only one in my family, at least that I know of, to ever hire a personal trainer when I was trying to seriously lose some weight that I'd put on after a bad relationship. We know how that goes. But after I got out of a relationship, first thing I did, I zoomed to the gym and was like, where's the personal trainers? Not because I feel a need to just pay someone money or whatever, because some people just use, oh, you're just paying someone to do what you could do by yourself. And yes, you can do it by yourself, and I have done it by myself, but I can tell you now some of my best results have been with a trainer, just because I have to be accountable. I have to show up there, and I'm wasting money if I don't do better. Literally just wasting the money. But these women are so headstrong in the worst ways, and they're so dead set on just completely effing everything up because of their ego that they can't see that far beyond. It's not a fathomable concept for them. But look, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments. I don't want to, go into too much of a tangent. I do have a life, but leave your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, all that, and I'll catch you tomorrow.